Welcome to On Point Post Mystic Lake Derby Division. James, you didn't go to Minnesota though. You were at another lake or pond or whatever. The canoe painted Donegal green. No Zayat colors this year. Big upset. What was it like to be at Saratoga for that event?
Well, I mean, it was a tremendous feeling to the crowd. A whole build up, 2 days there. It was a great time, and the race was really like an up and down. You know, I think the crowd really sensed that he was in trouble on the far turn, and then when he surged and put away Frosted, there was a huge roar. And then when Keen-Ice nailed him late, it was like a roller coaster.
Yeah, I agree. When watching the race, and of course I watched it on over, not live at the track, but on Twin Spires Mobile, and when he spurted away from Frosted at whatever that was, the 16th pole, I thought to myself, oh, this is going to be a career-defining race. I mean, obviously the Triple Crown is that as well, but to duel with a Grade 1 winner who looked like a winner turning for home, put him away and then spurred away. I mean, I thought this was it. This is going to cement his greatness. He has answered every question. And then along came Keen-Ice, very reminiscent of Smarty Jones's Belmont to me, where it looked like he was going to go on and win, but even before the finish, it's not like it was a nose head bob where you were wondering who won, a la Real Quiet. You could sense it in Larry Kalmus's voice. Within the final yards, it was obvious Keen-Ice was going to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good description. I mean, it was really on the far turn when I saw Espinoza go to a ride. I was really concerned. And I thought he was in big time trouble, might not even, might start retreating. So I loved how he dug down and, battled back and put Frosted away. And it was like, he won that battle but lost the war in the end type deal. But, that's still, it's a race he can build upon. I like the idea of freshening him up. Was glad to hear the news that he's going to run in the Breeders' Cup Classic. So, he'll get a shot at redemption there. And
oh, yeah. No, I mean, he lost, and it's disappointing, and from like a am I going to bet him next time out standpoint, I don't love what I saw in that race, knowing what might wait for him at Keeneland with Beholder, Honor Code, etc. But nevertheless, I mean, it was a good race. I mean, some horses would have completely backed out of it, as it looked like he might do, as you noted, when he was in a ride, and he didn't do that. He'll freshen up. We'll see what happens at Keeneland. And we will have a preview of the Classic Division in the Woodward at Saratoga. And I have to say, Beholder, one of the criticisms was, the field behind her. There isn't anyone in this Woodward that I would give a shred of chance to against Beholder. I'm not really sure what people are saying with this East Coast, West Coast thing. I think there's Honor Code. I think there's Beholder. They're both very good. And there's everyone else.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it's, potentially like a horse like Tonwa still could run a big race.
Also not in the Woodward.
Also not in the Woodward, exactly. I mean, Liam Smap's going to be a heavy favorite. I was taking a look at that earlier, and it's, I might take a swing at somebody like Protonico or somebody like that, but, I won't be surprised. But, Liam's map going 1.25 miles, just don't have to believe it. I think if he gets beat in that race, he could wind up being redirected to the dirt miles. So, he doesn't look like a 10-furlong horse. And, yeah, I mean, it's really, you're going to have those top three. They're going to dominate the betting. If Beholder wins his Zenyatta like expected and Honor Code wins the Kelso Mile, they're really going to be the overwhelming three top betting choices, it looks like, in the Classic. And
plus Glen Eagles.
Plus Glen Eagles, yeah. And that's a real exciting development as well. I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, really looking forward to him potentially coming over. I've made him point, he's a miler overseas, but so were Giants Causeway and Ravens Pass. And, those horses got 10 furlongs, no trouble, and Glen Eagles could be the same if he takes to the dirt at Keeneland.
Well, and even Smarty Jones and Big Brown never made it to the Classic, but ran Classic races, both Derby winners. I mean, they were thought elusive quality for Smarty Jones, boundary for Big Brown. Oh, these are milers, maybe even turf horses, which Big Brown did win on the turf, and they carried their distance.
Even like California Chrome, last year, some people were like, hey, I mean, he had some stamina influences further back in his pedigree, but Lucky Pulpit was a turf sprinter, and the female side had some speed as well in the media family. So those horses, I mean, that's a perfect example. Beholder. Even with Beholder, but her and American Pharoah, I think their best chances at 1.25 miles are going to be sitting just off the speed. I don't think either one of those horses want to be dueling for the lead.
And speaking of California Chrome, I have to say, really missing him based on how the year has
Yeah.
played out. I don't care what anyone says. That is a horse who could have run with American Pharoah, Honor Code, etc. And it's too bad things happen. I mean, Share Belief on the sidelines too, but
Right.
to me, those two were legitimate threats, especially California Chrome. Hopefully, we'll see him again next year. American Pharoah, we won't, but
Yeah,
sounds like
and
we'll see
you're
him in a
right.
few weeks.
I mean, California Chrome had every chance to improve as a 4-year-old, and you're like basically sitting back, wondering what could have been.
No, yep, that's racing sometimes though, but we do have a lot to look forward to, and we're going to look forward to talking about more of it next week.
All right.